Now, you might notice on the minimap a little bit of a structure that I'm planning out. That's an upgrade to the dojo that's going to replace the hut and the current tower, and it's slightly larger in size, and it's going to go down a couple of layers off the top of the mountain. But that's not going to be built for a couple of episodes because I need to get the Tech 2 tools from Tinker's Constructs to really get the right amount of equipment, to get the right amount of resources for that. So, as promised, today I am going to be doing bees and bee collection. I've got a few in here, but I'm going to go out and show you how to collect the bees and how to store them when you've collected them. And before we do that, you might notice a couple of changes around here. One, killed a few more zombies. So this is turning into a trophy wall. There's going to be one in the new dojo. I've also moved the chests, so all of my storage is now inside the dojo tower itself, all the way up at the top. We have the computer room, where I've got the storage chests, and I moved those with a force wrench from Dartcraft, which is really simple to build. It is just 3 force ingots and a force gear, which is a standard gear, stone gear with the force ingots around it. And the force ingots, you just put iron or gold or silver and bronze, or refined iron apparently, in with a force gem, and depending on the rarity of the metal that you use, the more force ingots you get back. So it's really just 2 force gems and 2 iron and 2 gold should get you enough to make... No, it's 2 of those, and 1 of those is enough to make you the force wrench. And then with the force wrench, you can just click, and the chest disappears, and then it's just in your inventory. You can put it down, and it retains all of the stuff that's inside it. And then, as with, I believe it's any wrench, you can just click. You can click on the top, and it rotates it round. So I had to rotate round some of the chests because they were facing the wrong way. The other thing you might be able to notice is that I've set up some pipes. So down in the machine room, I set up a furnace, a powered furnace. Oh. And I've set up a really basic automation, so I can put anything that needs to be smelted in the top of this hopper, and it goes down into my pulverizer. And then anything that just needs to go straight into being furnaced can go into this second item hopper that leads into the powered furnace. Now, this was initially set up next to each other, and that would lead out fine because these would only empty when there was space for them to go into. But then when I put the hopper in on top, this pipe started to join up and some things would start going round in a big cycle. So I moved this one back over here and popped this second hopper in, because with a pipe down here it would just spit out both the primary and secondary items into the pipe, and then it would get to here and just make a mess on the floor if something was already in the furnace. So it's a bit of a long and complicated process at the moment, but that is something that we will be improving hopefully with the new dojo, Dojo Mark II. But before we do that, I'm going to be building the bees. I'm going to be collecting the bees, and I'm going to be building myself a smeltery. Now, in terms of my power suit, I've upgraded 1 module since you guys last were around, and that is the ability to see at night. So I have night vision installed on here, and it's at the moment not doing anything because it's obviously daytime. But if I just dig myself you can see that it doesn't actually get too dark now, whereas that would be pitch black without my helmet. This is a very poor demonstration apparently, as I didn't actually let the night vision counter run down. So it gives you night vision buff every 30 seconds or so. It lasts for 30 seconds once you take the helmet off. And so there you can see it's pitch black in here without my helmet on. I've also turned it so that the helmet doesn't actually render anything, so that I've got so that you can see the skin of my face rather than the blank Iron Man-esque helmet design, which I think is slightly nicer to look at my face. But anyway, let's get on with some bee collecting, because that's what we're here to do today. So to collect your bees, you need to go out into the world and find hives, and you collect them with a scoop, which is just made from any old stick that you've got lying around, and one block of wool in the middle there makes you a scoop. It's a good idea to get a couple of these together before you go out, because they do run out of durability quite quickly. I forgot the word completely there. So I'm going to just grab a couple, and then we're going to go for a hop around the world and see about collecting some bees. And now you can see it's nighttime out here, so the monsters are going to be coming out, but thankfully I can still see perfectly well, so they won't at least be able to sneak up on me. So we've got some meadows, and we're going to go for a hop. I think there's some desert over this way, so we're going to go explore and try and find some hives. Our swampland first. Any hives here? Plenty of zombies. And is that my first regular slime? That's just an average slime. Not a blue monstrosity. I think that's the first vanilla slime I've seen on the server. Here's another hive. Ooh, wintry. Have to see what they like, if I can get those to grow. Another wintry hive from the look of it. Yep. More wintry bees. Now you see there's a bit of a problem with them stacking, in that typically they don't stack with each other if they've got slightly different statistics, and the princesses tend not to stack with each other. So that's one of the reasons that we need to make specialised methods of storing the bees, which in this case is going to be an Apiarist's chest. Oh, there's a nice looking hive. We We got mystical drone, mystical princess. Zombie. Hello. And that was a forest drone and forest princess as well. Let me out! There we go. Okay, so to store your bees, you're going to need an Apiarist's chest, and that is simple to make. You just need 5 honeycombs, which can be any type of honeycomb that you happen to find when breaking a bee's hive, and a chest and a piece of glass, such as this. And that makes you an Apiarist's chest. And then you can pop all of the bees into this, and it's got 5 pages, and it goes through all of this information. It's a much bigger chest than your average chest. And then when you start mutating these bees, it'll tell you over here what mutations you've uncovered and which you've still got to find. And so the other thing you've got from all those hives that you've smashed open are your honeycombs. And now for those you need a centrifuge. Centrifuge. We need a sturdy casing, which means we need lots and lots of bronze. So I'm going to go grab some bronze and copper, and I'll be right back when I have a centrifuge running. And I have a centrifuge. It is a really simple recipe to make. Basically, you grab 8 pieces of bronze, doesn't matter which type of bronze, you make a sturdy casing, which is just a chest pattern out of bronze, and then copper down each of the sides, a glass on top and bottom, and we have a centrifuge with which to spin up your honeycombs. And so obviously the next thing I need is to go grab my honey combs. It'd be great if I would be let out of the dojo. So simply drop your comb in the centrifuge, it spins up, and it produces whatever type of thing it produces. Now you've got a chance for some of these to produce different things. So that first one was really lucky and produced everything. And now we're just getting a load of beeswax. What can we use the beeswax for? Doesn't tell me. What about the magic wax? Not telling me that either. Now throw the frozen cone in there, see what we get from that. Oh, we got a snowball. So really, the next step in the bees process is to get some apiaries on the go and start breeding your bees, which is something that Terry's been doing and something that I might go and talk to Terry about the best way to do. And But that'll be another episode for another time. I think we've hit the wrapping up point, and if we haven't, this is going to be a short episode, and that's a spider that's going to eat my face. So I'm just going to store currently all of my bee products in this chest here, and see if I can find out what to actually do with them. I'll see you next time, guys.